everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Kaepernick's 49ers going up against Carr's Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland. So we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay at Oakland, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the San Francisco... First down, Kaepernick. It's complete to Jeremy Curley. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Kaepernick looking to throw, 3rd and 2. And he finds McDonald. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. His throw incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And here's the headshots for the offense, and Carlos Hyde, a talented back.
Has taken over as the lead runner. A terrific talent. Can batter you inside, but has more speed than what you expect to take it the distance.
Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. Charles, I don't want to belittle Torrey Smith because he obviously has a lot of talent, but I don't know that San Fran has seen the production out of him the last couple of years they had hoped for.
Well, they haven't, and you know, just look at the raw numbers. What do you have, 53 catches in the last 2 years?
Total.
Has not been the deep threat that they expected and what he performed like in Baltimore. So what they've got to do is look at themselves, too. Quarterbacking, that's an issue for them. You know, the offensive line, so people have time to throw the deep ball and get some other receivers around them, take some of the pressure off, because when used properly, Torrey Smith can still be a big-time player in this league.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back. In that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Second down, Hyde. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I have to admit to a little bit of surprise on that play call. Short yardage, and they try to go wide. They got spilled for their efforts.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. Kaepernick to throw for it on 4th. And McDonald here over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 22 yards on the pickup there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. And back to the ground, Hyde. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't they?
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Kaepernick's going to try to sneak it. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
And boy, on the first drive of the game, I kept waiting for the field goal unit to come trotting out, but they stayed put. And this is a real statement here as they get a 1st and goal.
Hey, 91.
Now this time, Kaepernick will throw. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Colin Kaepernick taking it in from 4 yards out. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. First down. And his first look is incomplete. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. LA a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to LA. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers? It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles. Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played 1 season as such.
Throwing on first down is Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Again, it's Carr. And he slings one that's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And for that man, Crabtree just finished his 8th NFL season. Of course, the first 6 in San Fran, last 2 with the Raiders. Barely topped the 1,000-yard mark, but he did 1,003 this season. It's been interesting to watch the career arc of Michael Crabtree, because you remember when he came out of college, came out of Texas Tech, he was seen as a pure #1 receiver. Many thought he was going to be a future All-Pro. But he settled in as the #2 guy in Oakland, and I think that's been great for him. Taking the pressure off of Amari Cooper and making plays himself. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more. And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive. And we'll see if they can do just that. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Counter. This is Hyde. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Kaepernick, this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And hauled in here by Rivera. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. That was 2nd down run for Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 5 yards to gain here on 3rd down. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DeAndre Washington, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They go back to the air here after the INT. This one complete, right side to McDonald. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Kaepernick now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver? Denver last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On first down, Kaepernick. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
2nd down following the incompletion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kaepernick. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now here come the Raiders. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, here's Carr. A right side catch by Crabtree. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
We ready?
The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Jeez, they don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, 3rd quarter, let's get to it. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
All right, here we go. 9 and 8. Oh, baby, alert, alert.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Murray, the lone setback. He'll get the football here. Cuts back, left sideline. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. 4 yards remaining now on second down.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Wide.
Here's Carr. Here's Wolford over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Hey, we're going rally. Rally. Wide and yay. Wide.
On first down, Murray. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Wide and yay. Hey, we're going rally.
Again, it's Murray. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing his car on 3rd down. He was looking for his tight end that time, Michael Rivera. Now 4th down. Now they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Hey, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They're down here in the 3rd quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Now it's the backup Gabbard. On the left side, it's McDonald. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Vance McDonald, 74 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And that makes it 14-10. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps. We get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Carr turns, hands to Murray, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Shift together here from the D-line.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18, baby. Alert. Alert. Here we go.
They go with Murray again. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Third down now following the run. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Murray, the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
On on 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Raiders a first down. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. On 1st down, Carr looking for the end zone. And they went big on 1st down, proves unfruitful. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did, and batted it away.
Now Carr with a give to Murray. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go. Alert.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the defense lines up looking for one final stop.
And they will be playing for the pass in this situation, not expecting any type of a run.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And that brings up 4th down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. Not much room here as he... Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down following the run. Here, Gabbert, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Gabbert. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. First down, a run with Hyde. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. 3 yards to go on second down. Gabbert. And McDonald here over the middle. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They come out here in the eye. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. And now Gabbert calls a halt to things as he turns and takes a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Gabbert down to a knee, and that'll do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.